Meta is reportedly training its AI chatbots to send unprompted messages. Neither AI nor E-Link can make touchscreen trackpads a good idea. And Anthem is officially shutting down on January 12th next year. It is Friday, July 4th, and here is a quick look at tech in the news this morning from Engadget. Just about everybody has been hit with the bitingly passive-aggressive question mark text after waiting just a bit too long to reply, and you might soon get similar, though likely more upbeat treatment from AI chatbots that you've previously engaged with on Meta platforms like Instagram or WhatsApp. A new report from Business Insider claims that the Mark Zuckerberg-owned company is trialing a proactive feature in customizable chatbots created using its no-code AI studio software that will enable them to send unprompted follow-up messages based on previous conversations. Known internally to data labeling firm Aligner as Project Omni, the training project will provide value for users and ultimately help to improve re-engagement and user retention. That's according to guidelines in the documents that Business Insider claims to have seen. Meta advertises AI Studio as a platform where anyone can create an AI character based on their interests and encourages creators to view the bots as an AI extension of themselves. You can customize a chatbot's appearance, choose the content it's trained on, and decide which Meta-owned application you want it to appear in, all without any technical expertise. According to the Business Insider report, Aligner's Project Omni guidelines use the example of a film-focused AI bot it calls the maestro of movie magic that might send a user message such as, "I hope you're having a harmonious day. I wanted to check in and see if you've discovered any new favorite soundtracks or composers recently. Or perhaps you'd like some recommendations for your next movie night. Let me know, and I'll be happy to help." As Business Insider noted, there is a business incentive for Meta to keep people engaged with its chatbots. Prolonged engagement is vital for increasing revenue, and this year Meta expects to bring in $2 to $3 billion from its generative AI products alone. By 2035, the company estimates that figure could be as high as $1.4 trillion. Those kinds of forecasts will only be possible if its AI tools are being used consistently, so a friendly reminder from a chatbot every now and then feels like an obvious move. The proactive messages are currently still just a test feature, and while it definitely feels like remembering conversations and initiating new ones without invitation is approaching a user consent gray area, a Meta spokesperson told Business Insider that the AI will only send a follow-up message if a user has first initiated the conversation, and it will not send another message if the first one is ignored. Responses must also be consistent with the AI's personality and the nature of the previous conversation, maintaining a positive tone while staying away from controversial or sensitive topics unless the user has mentioned them. Last month, Meta started warning its users not to share intimate details in Meta AI's public feed after it emerged that a large number of users appeared to be doing so unwittingly. E-Ink, the company behind the highly readable displays that you'll find in e-readers the world over, has created a new touchscreen trackpad for some reason, and rather than act as an extension of your laptop's screen, E-Ink thinks it should be a dedicated home for AI interactions. The new touchscreen trackpad appears to use a color E-Ink display, not unlike what you'll find on the Kobo Libra Color or the Kindle Colorsoft, and is supposed to offer the normal swiping, tapping, dragging, and clicking functionality of a normal trackpad. Now, when you're not using it like that, E-Ink imagines the trackpad offering second screen capabilities like quick access to frequently used shortcuts and system notifications and Gen I contents like text/image summaries, gaming tactics, or custom AI tasks. E-Ink says it leveraged several different Intel technologies to prototype its AI tools, and it specifically designed the trackpad so it is usable even if your laptop is off. Unfortunately, that doesn't make the idea of cramming a touchscreen into a laptop trackpad any less whack. Using an e-ink display is novel, sure, but plenty of attempts have been made to turn the seemingly untapped resource of the trackpad into another place for content, and none of them have caught on. Asus, in particular, has taken multiple bites at the apple with its screen pad feature, which it first introduced on the ZenBook Pro 15. The screen pad could be an extension of your main display, but it also ran simple apps and widgets. E-Ink believes one of the advantages of its trackpad is that it will consume less power than those previous versions. But was anyone really worried about a laptop's trackpad affecting its battery life before they also had to be screens? Yeah, putting a display in a trackpad isn't going to be the reason anyone upgrades to a premium laptop. Beyond that, it's just not intuitive. You have to both learn to look down to see what's on the trackpad and learn not to cover it, something hands naturally do while using a laptop. If you're not dissuaded, E-Ink has not actually shared when its trackpad will be available. Given the use of the Intel tech, though, odds are good it shows up in an expensive AI PC at some point in the future. EA's beleaguered online shooter Anthem is shutting down for good on January 12th next year. The game will be removed from the company's storefront ahead of that on August 15th. It will be available for download after that date, so long as it's already in your library. Now, some aspects of the game have already begun winding down. Players can no longer purchase premium in-game currency as of yesterday, though they can still use existing balances to buy stuff. Anthem is a game that can only be played online, so once the servers shut down in January, it will be bricked. The game launched in 2019 to poor reviews that called out the reliance on grinding and an overall lack of polish. This wasn't helped by a number of bugs that plagued early builds. Developer BioWare promised fixes, but those took a while to get implemented. By then, the damage to the brand was too severe. BioWare ceased active development of Anthem in 2021, which was followed by the game's director leaving the company. In other words, we all kind of knew this shutdown was coming. EA says that no layoffs occurred at the company as a result of the decision. However, that's likely because BioWare has already been through several steep staffing cuts. EA laid off 50 BioWare employees in 2023, and that was followed by even more layoffs after Dragon Age: The Veilguard underperformed. BioWare currently has an operating staff of less than 100 people. The company is currently focused on the development of Mass Effect 5. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Matt Tate, Ian Carlos Campbell, and Steve Dent, and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer by me, Steve White. Enjoy your holiday weekend, and I will be back on Monday with more tech news from Engadget.